And welcome to Craig's Gun Channel. Today we're going to take the Star Super A out to the range. Go ahead and take some shots, see how it does. This is the Super A, which means it's in 9mm Largo. The Largo round, it's 9mm caliber, but the cartridge itself is a little bit longer than a 9mm, like our standard 9mm Luger or Parabellum round. With that being said, it's about the same power output, really. It's a lot of people think it's going to be more powerful because it's a longer cartridge. It just happens to be a longer cartridge. It's an older cartridge design, so it just happens to be longer. It's not really any more powerful. So we'll go ahead and take it off the range and see how it does.
Your last three shots were on top of each other.
Is that right?
Yeah, that grouping at the top.
See, look. Oh, you're getting a lot of slide bite on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't like it, man.
Rolling red.
I got blood. Alrighty, got the 9mm Largo. Take some shots. Yeah, that first shot, I don't know what I was aiming at.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's see if I can hit anything. Maybe. There it is.
Oh. You're close to hitting that carriage bolt. Not ejecting them?
Hmm.
There it is.
Good to go.
Oh! Man, that trigger's hard.
Oh, you're dialing into it.
What'd you say? The trigger's hard? I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the 9mm Largo chambered, it's the Star Super A, took it out to the range. It looks like a 1911, however, that's just in the looks. The mechanism, the firing mechanism, everything else is totally different than a 1911, which is, none of it's for the better. A 1911, the trigger design, everything is really nice smooth triggers. This trigger it's terrible in comparison. We tried to do a real quick trigger gauge to see what the pullback is on it. My trigger gauge only goes to 8 pounds, and it maxed it out. So the triggers on this particular pistol is probably around 9 to 10 pounds, which is terrible. Especially because you think you're going to have a 1911 experience with the trigger, a nice smooth pullback. This is a pivoting trigger instead of a nice pullback, so the feel is different and it takes you a little bit off guard, quite honestly. Mm-hmm. And of course, the trigger weight on it is terrible. As far as the gun itself, it does okay. None of us shot it super well.
No.
I think Steve probably did the best. He had a couple, several repeat shots right on top of him. Actually, you did too, a couple shots right on top of each other.
Purely luck.
But both Steve and Evan, though, had another experience with this pistol, and it's probably just something to do with this particular one. But so, what happened?
Well, after I was done shooting, I noticed setting the gun down some slide bite, but noticed that the actual slide actually comes back and it's very low to your beaver tail. Yeah. So if you're a high gripper, you're probably going to experience some slide bite on this, and me and Steve both did. A little bit of blood never hurt nobody, though. So
yeah. So usually you don't have to make a blood offering to shoot your pistol.
I did.
Yeah, but and that's something new. I've shot this pistol several times. I've never had that experience, and I'm attributing most of it to just honestly how we hold a pistol. And my hands are a little bit shorter, and I think that makes all the difference. So I don't grip the gun as high because, well, I can't. So.
No, I particularly didn't like the trigger. You had mentioned the pivot trigger versus the slide back trigger, and that's a deal killer for me. It just didn't feel right pulling back. Felt like I was all the way back into my palm, and I do have larger hands, so that could be just a attribute of that. But not a fan of this one. I think you can go ahead and sell this one.
And this one might end up going. There again, it shoots the 9mm Largo. The Largo round, it's 9mm still, as far as the caliber of the bullet. The cartridge itself, though, is longer by a couple of millimeters. So it looks like it's going to be a more powerful cartridge, but the reality is it's an older cartridge to the 9mm, what we call 9mm today. It's a lower pressure round, so there's less energy available for the bullet to go, even though it's a larger case. So it's, like I said, it looks like it's going to be a higher power cartridge, but it's not. So what it is it's a obsolete 9mm cartridge that no one makes ammunition for currently. There was some being made occasionally. I think Blazer was making some periodically. They stopped doing that a couple years ago. There's some custom loaders out there that still will load some up. So basically it's a obsolete, expensive cartridge to shoot in a pistol that's not as good as most any modern pistol. Single stack magazine. I mean, it's an interesting piece of history, and I think that's where this one needs to remain.
That's where it stops.
So I hope you found the video helpful and you enjoyed it. If so, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to see more like it. We value your comments and feedback, so any questions or comments you have, let us know. And so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up. And so, like always, until next time, stay safe.
Is that the carriage bolt?
Yeah, you nailed that thing, man.